Hey guys, long time no see. It's been just a few months since I've been on here. There's a lot of reasons behind it, but the main one, the big one, is what this video is about. I bought a house. I'm so excited, you can't even... Actually, you know what? I think a lot of people who would be interested in this video can understand. I love interior design, it's something I'm really passionate about, and I also really love old houses. And like getting my hands dirty. So buying an old house that needs a lot of work has been my dream, and then getting to work on it, I guess, which is the next step. I kind of couldn't see past like getting to the buying stage, and now I'm kind of like, okay, so all the work has to happen. But this video I just want to talk to you about how I came to this, what the process was like. First off, where I've been, because this has been over the past 7-8 months been happening. And to just give people who are looking for houses or have known the process, just reiterating, it's long, it's frustrating, it feels like you're never gonna find what you want. And so it's like so nice when you finally do. First, I kind of want to get into my why. A lot of people can have a lot of different reasons for why they would want to buy a house. It's been a lifelong dream. I've watched HGTV since I was a kid. I always loved the restoration shows. Rather than going kind of builder grade or new, I've always loved... Oh, hello. They're liking the new house too. They love having a staircase, which you can see behind me, to run up and down. Buying a house for most people is really not affordable. So I just want to preface with, I know how lucky I am, and that I'm also fortunate that I wanted something that needed a lot of work and so was less expensive. I also knew I wanted to move out of Hoboken. That's where I was living before, just outside of New York City. I got a new job that's allows me to be remote, and I knew that I wanted to move back upstate. I've known I wanted to move and live near my parents my whole life, really. I'm a homebody. I have deep roots. I like sticking in one place. So I knew I wanted to come back up, and so with school ending, that was really the reason I was down there, because I needed to go into class, and me having a good job that was able to support me moving back up here helped. It's also a lot cheaper upstate. As you can imagine, living around New York City, just not affordable whatsoever. It's something that I really started seriously thinking about towards winter of last year. I needed to have a job that I could work up here. So I started looking at jobs up here. I started to applying for remote positions. I really needed something to support being able to pay for this place. And I got really lucky. I got a great job that I love, doing exactly what I want to do, and it's remote. And so that enabled me to move up, and I'm so fortunate. So that's my why. I wanted, first off, I've always wanted a house. Second, I want to be close to my family. And third, I really wanted to invest in my future. And my new job kind of enabled me to do that. So the what? The why is kind of like really a little bit like, there's a little bit of brass tacks, but it's really, you know, kind of casual. The what is the hard part. I started looking on my own without telling anybody, probably last December. I think sometimes, and I don't know if other people struggle with, I don't tell people until I'm really sure of something, because I don't want people to see me as flaky. I didn't even tell my parents about it, even though I was going to be moving up and I was going to be closer to them. I kind of took 2 months on my own to really decide that, yes, this is what I want to do, this is for me, this is not a quick decision. Told my mom and my dad, I was on FaceTime with them in like February, and I was like, I think I want to move up. I think I want to start looking at houses. And they were both really excited. My dad was a bit more apprehensive, like, are you sure? And my mom was like, she's been wanting me to move up. She never wanted me to move away. So she was like, yes, do it, let's find it. I don't know if it varies in other areas where it's like kind of warm all the time, but around here, there's not a whole lot on the market in the winter. Nobody wants to move in the winter. There really wasn't. It was a pretty cold market for a while. My real estate agent kept telling me, she was like, just wait till April. Things will start coming in April. And I was like, okay. So I was patient. I was lucky I was able to focus on school. I had a ton of schoolwork and I had work as well. So I was able to kind of focus on those 2 things. And then the nice thing about my parents being up here is I wasn't able to come up and tour every house. I was pretty picky. I kind of knew what I wanted. And so we weren't seeing every house that was being posted, obviously. I wanted to be within an hour. My mom wanted me to be within 30 minutes of them. And we kind of settled around a 45-minute window around them. I was looking for houses like that were 100 years old or more, needed work, and were in my budget, but were like completely falling apart because I didn't want to do a complete gut job. And so that kind of narrowed it down. I was planning on moving at the end of May. I thought I would find a house in like 3 months, 2 months. I saw all online. They're like, yeah, it takes like 6 months to a year to find a house. But I was like, no, I know exactly what I want. I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna move in. It's gonna be no problem whatsoever. And obviously that didn't happen. I was kind of like, I got into this place of doubt where it was like, well, I don't know. I was really confused, and I was feeling like I wasn't gonna find anything. And I was feeling like things were just, honestly, it was the price. A lot of times like just too much. Or if it was in my price range, I can't tell you how many houses we walked through that smelled so bad. Like smelled like cat urine so bad, and just had like plaster slopping off the walls because the roof had a hole in it for the past 15 years. Like it was seeming like the houses, I wasn't finding any that were in the middle ground, that needed enough work that they made them cheap enough for me, but not so much work that I couldn't do most of it. So patience was like a big factor. I actually only put an offer in on this house. I didn't get to the point of offering on any other homes. There was one I was really close to. I may have ended up with that house if I had not been in Ireland with my family at the time. We were vacationing in Ireland and I was still checking Zillow. I thought I was on Zillow a lot before I was looking for a house. It's nothing compared to once I was actually looking. Spending way too much time, like watching my inbox for emails of them letting me know that there's like new properties that could fit my specifications. Anyway, so we're in Ireland doing this bike trip with my family, and this house, like I get an email in the middle of a bike ride, and I was so bad. Like I stopped to get water and I just like checked my phone and I was like, oh, I have to do this right now. There's like no service, like taking forever to load, and I think I find the perfect house. The exact size I want, it's the year I want, it's the lot size I want, it's about 45 minutes from my parents. My mom was not super happy with that, but I really was. And it was really in my price range. That was the biggest thing. It needed work, but it is a lot of superficial work. We still had a week left in our vacation. It was like right at the beginning of it. And I knew it was gonna go. I was like, there's no way somebody doesn't put an offer in. I was watching the market. Like any house I was even remotely interested in was getting offers pretty quickly. And a house for that price in that type of shape, and I didn't get it. So it was coming to August and I still hadn't found anything. And I was even more discouraged because I was like, oh yeah, by the end of the summer, no problem. I had kind of gotten over like my little May rut. By the end of August was kind of turning into like, oh God, I'm not gonna find anything. And literally the last week of August, a house goes on the market. It went on the market Saturday night, 10 minutes from my parents' place, 123 years old. This house was built in 1900, which is like, it kind of makes it easy for me because I'm like, oh yeah, 123 years old. Next year it'll be 124 years old. And then the year after that, 125 years old. You know, it's really easy to calculate. It seemed like perfect. It was a 2-family rental before. So there was a wall actually in the upstairs hallway that separated the 2 units. I was specifically looking places with like bad kitchens. And honestly, having 2 kitchens makes it really easy because while I'm renovating the downstairs kitchen, I can still use the upstairs kitchen. It makes it really nice. And so that was like a real plus for me, as where some people it could be a minus. I actually wasn't home. I was down in the city. My mom and my real estate agent come. Honestly, I was at an event, so I wasn't even able to FaceTime them. They had to like take videos. Luckily, they both knew really well kind of what I wanted. I'd been pretty clear, and I'd been looking for like 8 months at that point, and so my real estate agent pretty much knew what I wanted. So they came and saw it on Sunday morning. I had seen it, got posted Saturday night. I texted them both, called them, like got it all set up. They saw it Sunday morning. I got on a call with them both Sunday afternoon. I watched the videos, I talked to them about it, and this was a pretty good price. So I was like, this is my price range. This is 10 minutes away. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And it was like a really good size. That was another issue I was running into a lot. Like old houses have tons of rooms, and the smaller square footage, they didn't really do less rooms, they just did smaller rooms. So my house is about 2,200 to 300 square feet, and it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I was seeing a lot of like 1,500 square feet houses with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom or 2 bathrooms. And my rooms are not huge here, so you can just like imagine they were really tight, really, really tight. Like cannot fit a full-size bed in it tight, like needs to be just a twin bed. And that's not really what I wanted. I wanted the house to have good space. and this house really does. I got on the phone with them Sunday night and I was like, I want to put an offer in. Like we have to move quickly because this house is going to go quickly. I knew it from the look of it, and I knew from how the market had been reacting and what I've been seeing over the past few months. So we put in an offer Monday morning. So anxious. My mom thought we would not hear for like maybe a few days. I was like, I want to hear within 24 hours, please, please, like put me out of my misery. I think we ended up hearing Tuesday afternoon and they accepted the offer. I was really expecting them to counter because we came in under. They accepted the offer. I think maybe the happiest I've ever been, like ever in my life. And it's gonna take a long time to top that. It took about a month and a half to close on the house, and I will say that was the longest month and a half of my entire life. I kept having in my head that like the house was gonna fall through until I got the keys. I wasn't gonna feel like good about it. And so I had it in my head, I was like, oh, I need the keys, I need the keys. What if they change their mind? What if they change their mind? Because to me, I'm like, I wouldn't give up this house. I wanna fix it. I wouldn't sell this to somebody. Most people don't wanna do that. And I had to keep reminding myself that like, in that way, I'm kind of the exception of most home buyers. Like most people don't want a giant project to start off with. So excited, got home insurance, got everything, all my furniture is moved in. I wanted to do an empty house tour. I really, really wanted to, but the timing of it all, because I was still living in the city, it was interesting. I started the job like a week after we found the house, so all of the like timelines kind of line up where had just started. Anyway, starting a new job, they're really nice, but there's so much to learn. There's so much to like grapple with. So doing that, and I just didn't have the time because I wasn't living up here. If I had been like staying at my parents', I probably could have come over and done a house tour when it was empty before I moved everything in, but the timing didn't work out. And you know, life just kind of handling, yep, she's about to come. See if everybody comes and says hello in this video. We started off with Elon, and then Genevieve made her way, and then our little Henleys come, and I'm sure you've seen Adelaide scampering up and down the stairs. Yeah, so what's next, really? So I bought a house. Looking forward for this channel. Oh, there she goes. Hi, Adelaide. Looking forward, I'm gonna be consistent again. Part of the reason I stopped posting was because it just didn't feel right to put more money into that apartment, especially now that I've got so much work and saving to do to get things done here. And so I didn't want to just be posting to be posting. I want to make videos that I'm passionate about and do projects that I'm really interested in. And now that I'm moved in and I'm kind of settled into my job a little bit, and I'm getting a grapple on time, and I've cleaned everything out. Moved into this house first or second week of November. So I've now been here about a month, and I finally feel like things are clean. It took me so long to unpack. I can't even I don't know why. I think I just had a lot less stuff moving into my last apartment, but I got all unpacked in a weekend. I think about that now, I'm like, that was insane. It's taken me a month to unpack, and there's still a few things I need to unpack, as you'll see in the house tour that will be coming next week. But I've got big ideas for this house. I'm gonna be consistently posting again, and I just hope that if you're interested in seeing an old house, a beautiful old house, get restored, this house just needs a lot of care and attention, and I'd love for you to come along with me as I restore it. So I'll see you next week in the house tour. I'm really excited. I can't wait to show you guys everything. I just really appreciate if you've stuck around and are coming back to me, and I appreciate if you're just coming and finding my content. There will be no end in sight, really. I don't plan on stopping again, ever, really, unless something really terrible happens, which, knock on wood. So look forward to a house tour next week, and then I've got projects upon projects upon projects coming after that. Thanks, guys. Bye.